Research is like a treasure hunt, where each piece of information is a clue leading us closer to understanding the world around us. Imagine sifting through mountains of data, analyzing patterns, and piecing together insights that can change lives. Whether it's uncovering the secrets of a new disease or developing sustainable energy solutions, research fuels innovation. It's not just about finding answers, it's about asking the right questions. Every hypothesis tested is a step toward discovery, and every failure is a lesson learned. The thrill of the unknown drives us, pushing boundaries and challenging what we think we know. In this quest for knowledge, collaboration is key. Scientists, researchers, and thinkers from diverse fields come together, sharing ideas and sparking creativity. Ultimately, research is the heartbeat of progress, reminding us that curiosity is our greatest asset. Research is a structured and systematic process aimed at discovering new knowledge or answering specific questions. It involves rigorous inquiry, data collection, analysis, and interpretation. Through research, individuals and organizations can gain insights into various phenomena, explore problems, and build upon existing knowledge in a specific field. Research serves as the foundation for advancing science, technology, education, and societal development by providing evidence-based solutions to problems or validating theories. The research process begins with the identification of a research problem or question that is often informed by gaps in existing knowledge. It then progresses through a series of steps, such as literature review, hypothesis formulation, and data collection, all designed to contribute to a deeper understanding of the topic. Research is essential in all academic and professional fields, as it helps to advance knowledge, informs decision-making, and shapes future policies and practices. Research can be broadly categorized into several types, each serving different purposes. Basic, pure research is aimed at expanding knowledge for the sake of understanding, without the immediate concern for practical applications. It is often theoretical in nature and focuses on advancing knowledge in fields like science, philosophy, and social studies. Researchers conducting basic research may not have immediate real-world outcomes in mind, but their work can lay the groundwork for future applied research and innovations. On the other hand, applied research focuses on solving specific, practical problems. It often takes the insights from basic research and applies them to real-world issues. Applied research tends to be more targeted, with outcomes that are immediately relevant to industries, policymakers, or communities. Additionally, research can be qualitative or quantitative. Qualitative research is concerned with understanding experiences, attitudes, and behaviors through non-numeric data such as interviews or focus groups. In contrast, quantitative research uses numerical data and statistical methods to test hypotheses, analyze patterns, and generalize findings to larger populations. The research process is methodical and involves several key steps. The first stage is identifying the research problem or question, which serves as the foundation for the entire study. This question should be specific, measurable, and researchable, allowing for focused investigation. Once the problem is defined, the next step is conducting a literature review, which involves examining existing research to understand the current state of knowledge and identify gaps that the new research can address. The literature review also helps refine the research question and establish the theoretical framework. After reviewing existing knowledge, researchers move on to formulating hypotheses or research objectives, which guide the investigation. Following this, they must decide on the research design and methodology, determining the best methods for collecting and analyzing data. Data collection can take various forms, such as surveys, experiments, case studies, or observations. Once data is collected, it is analyzed using appropriate methods, such as statistical tests for quantitative data or thematic analysis for qualitative data. Finally, researchers interpret the results, drawing conclusions that either support or refute their hypotheses and contribute to the broader field. A literature review. Accurate conclusions. Data collection is the backbone of any research project. It's the process of gathering the information we need to answer our research questions. We have qualitative methods like interviews and focus groups that dive deep into human experiences, exploring behaviors and attitudes. On the flip side, quantitative methods use surveys and experiments to crunch numbers and test hypotheses. Both approaches have their strengths and weaknesses, and sometimes, blending them in a mixed method study gives us a fuller picture. Data collection is the process of gathering information needed to answer the research question. It is one of the most important stages of research, as the quality and accuracy of the data directly impact the study's findings. Qualitative data collection methods include interviews, focus groups, case studies, and ethnography, which allow researchers to explore behaviors, attitudes, and experiences in depth. These methods are often used when the research aims to understand the meaning or context behind a phenomenon. Quantitative data collection methods, on the other hand, involve gathering numerical data through surveys, experiments, or observational studies. These methods are commonly used when researchers seek to quantify variables, test hypotheses, and establish statistical relationships between variables. Both qualitative and quantitative methods have their advantages and limitations, and in some cases, researchers may combine both approaches in a mixed method study to gain a more comprehensive understanding of the research question. Once the data has been collected, it must be analyzed to draw meaningful conclusions. Data analysis involves organizing, interpreting, and presenting the data to reveal patterns, trends, or relationships. In quantitative research, this often involves the use of statistical tools such as regression analysis, ANOVA, or chi-square tests to examine numerical data and test hypotheses. These techniques help researchers determine whether the data supports their hypotheses and to what extent the results are statistically significant. In qualitative research, data analysis typically involves techniques such as thematic analysis, coding, or narrative analysis. Researchers examine the data for recurring themes, patterns, or categories, which can then be used to interpret the underlying meanings or insights. Unlike quantitative analysis, qualitative analysis is often iterative, with researchers revisiting data multiple times to ensure a thorough understanding. Both qualitative and quantitative analyses are crucial to providing a clear and evidence-based interpretation of the research findings. Ethical considerations are a fundamental aspect of the research process. Researchers must ensure that their studies adhere to ethical principles to protect participants and maintain the integrity of the research. This includes obtaining informed consent from participants, ensuring that they are fully aware of the nature of the study and their role in it. Additionally, researchers must guarantee confidentiality, protecting participants' personal information and ensuring that it is used only for the purposes of the study. Ethical research also involves avoiding plagiarism, ensuring that all sources are properly credited, and adhering to guidelines that prevent conflicts of interest. Researchers must also consider the impact of their research on participants and society. This could include minimizing harm, ensuring fairness, and respecting the dignity of participants. By adhering to ethical guidelines, researchers help ensure that their studies are credible and respected within the academic community. After completing a study, researchers must report and disseminate their findings to share the results with the academic community, policymakers, and other stakeholders. The primary method of dissemination is through a research paper or report, which typically includes sections such as the introduction, methodology, results, discussion, and conclusions. The report should clearly communicate the research process, the data collected, the analysis performed, and the implications of the findings. In addition to publishing in academic journals, researchers may present their findings at conferences or share them with specific organizations, policymakers, or communities who can benefit from the knowledge. Dissemination ensures that research findings contribute to the wider body of knowledge and can have a real-world impact. It also allows for peer review and further discussion, which can enhance the validity and application of the research findings.